Hello and welcome everyone to Kardex webinar on how to speed up your order picking performance by up to 400%. Today we will show you how our order fulfillment frame pick system works and why should you consider implementing it to your operations. My name is Evie and I'm the marketing officer for the Middle East and Africa region at Kardex, and I will be guiding you through this webinar today. And of course, our main speaker is my colleague, George. George, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Evie, for the introduction. My name is George, Indirect Sales Channel Manager of Kardex. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our webinar.
Great, George, and thank you for being here today. So before we start, I should let you know that during this session, you can, of course, add your questions at the control panel, which is area 4, right to the bottom in GoToWebinar. At the end of the webinar, we will try to answer all of your questions. If not, don't worry, we will send the answers to you after the webinar ends, along with this recording that you can go throughout your own pace. Last but not least, you will find the survey at the end of the webinar, and we would like to have your feedback. So we will start introducing Kardex, especially for the ones who don't know about us. Then we will discuss the common challenges inside a warehouse or distribution center that led us to come up with the frame pick solution. After that, we will give a detailed description of the frame pick solution, its components, its application, and its advantages. Then we will show you a real-life case of one of our most successful projects and end up with an overall summary. So, George, can you tell us more about Kardex?
Yes, Evie. So Kardex is a global industry provider for intralogistics solutions and a leading supplier for automated storage and retrieval systems. Our headquarters are in Switzerland, but we have offices in more than 30 countries distributed around the world. We've successfully installed and implemented more than 200,000 systems worldwide, and all of our products and systems are manufactured in Germany or in the United States. Now, when it comes to our portfolio, product portfolio, we have different types of systems or solutions that we can offer. The first one is the vertical buffer module, which is the latest addition to the family, and it is basically a tote handling system. When it comes to greater heights, we can offer the vertical carousel module, which can go up to 10 meters in height, or we can offer the vertical lift module, which can go up to 38 meters in height. When we have low ceiling heights inside a warehouse or distribution center, and we want to maximize the floor area utilization, a horizontal carousel module is the ideal product or solution to propose. When it comes to the storage of filing and documents, we have our different types of office solutions. And last but not least, we have our own software and controls, which are developed in-house by Kardex.
Yep, great. Thank you, George, for letting us know a bit more about Kardex. So now let's jump into the most common challenges. But before that, let me show you a short video.
This is Fred. Fred's order processing is much too slow. Too many picking errors, long travel distances, safety issues, and non-ergonomic working conditions. Fred is sad.
So, George, can you explain us what was Fred's issues here and the most common challenges in order picking performance?
Yes, so the common challenges that can be present inside any warehouse or distribution center are as follows, listed here on our slide. The first one is the picking time. So when the picking process is based on a manual operation, it will be time consuming and it will have an impact on the warehouse operational costs. So whenever us as Kardex, we are faced with this challenge, we try as much as possible to identify the current picking costs by measuring the number of picks that are being done in a certain period of time. We also take a look at the travel distances that the operators are covering, because it highly affects the picking time of the operation. The second point here is the errors. in a manual operation, you have a higher probability of having errors. And this is very normal since the operation is highly based on the human factor. Now, having errors in your picking process will lead to having incorrect orders. And it also leads to an increased number of returns, which we all want to avoid or at least try to minimize in order to minimize as much as possible the operational cost inside the warehouse. So having said all of this, the having errors inside the warehouse definitely have an impact on the operational cost, and it will also lead to having unsatisfied customers, especially in the e-commerce and third-party logistics industry. Now, the third challenge, and it is the most common challenge that we are seeing nowadays, is the space constraint. With the rise in demand and rise in the cost of labor, and with the worldwide supply chain disruption that we are currently facing, our customers are always looking to benefit from each and every void inside their warehouse. And why do they want to do this? Because they want to increase their storage capacity as much as possible. Now, we are seeing in some cases that our customers are growing, their business is well, they want to expand, but their major constraint is in space. Incorrect stock levels is another challenge that we see, and this is mainly a result of the space constraint. So whenever our customers are limited to space, they can end up by storing their items in any corner they find inside their warehouse. This will lead them, this will make them not able to track and manage their inventory, and they will have difficulties in measuring their stock levels as a result.
Yeah, so thank you, George. These were some of the most important and common challenges that a lot of people face within their operations. But in order to overcome these challenges, George, we of course came up with a frame pick solution. So before we go into a detailed demonstration, we should highlight first the most important components. George, I will leave it to you again.
Yes, so the objective of the frame pick, as you spoke, Evie, is to tackle the challenges that we mentioned previously, and also to create a standard picking solution which can be easily implemented and quickly installed to any picking or any existing operation, if any. Now, before we explain the frame pick solution, we are going to talk about its main components. The frame pick solution consists of 6 main components. The first one is the pick card, and this is where the order totes are placed. The second component is the put frame, which is a structure. And on this put frame, we have put-to-light displays mounted on the front side of the put frame or of the structure. And also, it is where the pick card is parked and the totes are placed on the pick card, as we said. The third component, is our storage component, which is the vertical buffer module in this case. Now, here it's important to mention that for this example, we considered our vertical buffer module, but it can be also that we have another type of product or solution within our product portfolio. So it's not only limited to the vertical buffer module. Now, the vertical buffer module, it is where the totes are stored. And basically, it's where the inventory is stored inside the working area or facility. Now, according to our analysis and studies, approximately 2 to 6 vertical buffer modules are ideal in a frame pick operation. The fourth component is our VBM box. It is specifically customized to be stored and handled inside the vertical buffer module, and it is basically where the items, SKUs, or inventory are stored. Fifth component here is our PowerPick Global software, and it is basically an inventory management software developed in-house by Kardex software developers or engineers. Its main function is to manage the inventory inside the storage component. In this case, the storage component is the vertical buffer module, and also manage the picking process and guide the pickers throughout their picking application. Our sixth component, and the most important one, is life cycle service. Since our system is automated, it needs maintenance and service. So our different life cycle programs are the fundamentals of our solutions in order to ensure a reliable and durable system.
Great. Thank you, George, for giving us this overview. So now that we are aware of the most important components of the frame pick solution, let's see a video now that will simply demonstrate how it solves the challenges that we have previously discussed. Let me show you the video.
This is Tom. Tom uses the new LR35 solution with put frames from Kardex Remstar for faster order processing. So he needs fewer staff and saves a lot of floor space. Tom starts the batch picking process by scanning a barcode. Thanks to the intelligent PowerPick global software from Kardex Remstar, he quickly knows what item in which quantity he has to pick and where to find it. Tom uses Kardex VBM boxes, which offer a much more storage volume than standard Euro boxes. He confirms and puts the items into the color LED indicated bins in the pick frame. Tom's travel distances are drastically reduced. He saves time and space. Pick-to-light technology guarantees improved picking accuracy. Tom has a scalable solution and his business can grow, seamlessly integrating additional LR35s when needed. Are you ready for faster order processing, reduce travel times, increase operator performance and safety? Boost your order processing and be happy, just like Tom.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. So now we're going to explain each component in detail, starting with the vertical buffer module, also known as LR35.
Yes, as we spoke before, the vertical buffer module, LR35, is the storage component. It is where all the inventory is stored. Now, as the machine itself, it consists of static racking from the left and right side of the system. And in the middle, we have a movable mast. The responsibility of the mast is to store or retrieve any tote which is placed on the static racking. Now, the mast, whenever it retrieves a tote, it brings the tote, or VBM box in this case, as we spoke, it brings the VBM box to the front side of the machine, which consists of a turntable and an access opening. This is where the picker is doing his picks. Now, one important thing to note here, the mast places the VBM box on one side of the turntable. The turntable can be rotates 180 degrees to bring this VBM box to the access opening. At the same time, here the picker is already picking items from the VBM box from the access opening. At the same time, the mast goes inside the machine, retrieves the next tote, and places it on the other side of the turntable. Now, when the picker finishes his picking operation, he presses on the confirmation button, the access opening closes, and the turntable rotates 180 degrees to bring the next tote to the picker for him to start or continue his picking application. Here, the waiting time of the picker is drastically reduced. Therefore, his order performance is maximized. The second component is the put frame, which is a structure made of an aluminum profile. And on the front side of the structure, we have the put-to-light displays, which are mounted. The put-to-light displays, as we've seen in the video, they consist of a small monitor with a digital number that's shown, and also two buttons, one for the light and one for confirmation. Under each put frame, a pick cart is parked, and as we spoke before, the pick cart is where the order totes are placed. If we look at this picture here, we see 4 pick carts in total. On each pick cart, we have 8 order totes, 2 order totes per level multiplied by 4 levels. We have 8 order totes, and per wall, we consider all of this as a put wall, we have 32 orders placed. This means that in this picture, in this book wall, we are able to handle 32 order totes at the same time. Now, this doesn't mean that it's always like this. This configuration is not standard. Part of our responsibility as Kardex is to check some information based on our client's requirements in order to design and size the system. We take some information from our clients, such as we have a look at the SKU profile, at the order profile, how many orders are being handled per day, how many order lines per orders, and how many items per orders, etc. So based on all of these requirements, we perform our study, and we are able to size and design the whole.
Great, VBM box.
The VBM box here, as we spoke also before, it's specifically customized to be handled inside the vertical buffer module. The VBM box comes in two standard sizes. The first size is 400 millimeters in width by 600 millimeters in depth. The second size is 440 millimeters in width by 640 millimeters in depth. Now, inside the VBM box, we are going to store the inventory, different types of SKUs, the different types of items that need to be picked. At the same time, here you can see that the VBM box is flexible in height. It depends on the requirements and on the dimensions of SKUs. We can choose whichever height we want. Also, you can see that the VBM box can come with separators or dividers to create different compartments inside one VBM box to store different types of SKUs inside one VBM box. The fifth component is our PowerPick Global software, which is developed in-house by Kardex, by our team. It's basically an inventory management software that has the responsibility, or its main purpose is to manage the inventory inside the vertical buffer modules or storage components, and at the same time manage the picking operation and guide the pickers throughout the picking process. We can safely say that in this case, or in any automated picking system, that our PowerPick Global software is the brain behind the whole application and process. Our lifecycle service, as we spoke before, its main purpose is to ensure the reliability and durability of all systems, to perform the proper or appropriate preventive maintenance in the proper times and after the sale happens. We as Kardex have different types of lifecycle service packages, and we try to offer the ideal package based on our client's operation, on the machine's cycle, number of cycles that the machine is performing per year, for example. We, as Kardex, propose different types of packages to our clients in order to ensure that their machines, that their system is properly maintained to reduce the number of breakdowns as much as possible. If any, don't get me wrong, if there are breakdowns.
Yes, great. Thank you, George. That was really, really interesting. And basically, this shows us how this solution can be easily installed, implemented, and used. And next, we're going to show you a real-life example of one of our customers called Wickham, which is using this application in their distribution center. And here is the video.
Wildkamp is a technical wholesaler. We deliver goods in the whole of the Netherlands. We have 46 stores and an online web shop. We deliver our goods to different groups of companies in various sectors like building, agricultural, installation, and so on. We have a lot of different groups of businesses that we would deliver to.
Before the LR35, we have a warehouse where we go to the goods with a manor truck. So we had a lot of time going to the goods and travel time. We needed some more pick speed in our process. That's the main reason. We have 24-hour delivery to our customers, and the time frame in which the orders are processed is very short. So that's we came up with a solution of Kardex.
Now, everything at Kardex for the solution of Wildkamp was available, but not in a combination of it. And what we did actually a lot of workshops together to find out the best solution for them and combined different parts we already had do before, combined to a total solution.
At WorldCamp we have installed 6 LR35 units of 11 meters high. Every unit has its own turntable with a LED light in there. In combination with our PowerPick software with rolling batch features, put to light features and storage preparation. In addition to that, we also installed the pick frames and we used virtual color sets. So in total we can work with 6 people if it's really busy, but we can also easily work with 1 or 2 people to increase system performances. It was a good relationship. We had a lot of contact, a lot of respect to each other. They helped us really with, to make the final solution. I think the best part is that we made a total solution from pack to inbound to outbound with help with these machines, and we can make a doubling or 3 doubling from what we did before. Yeah, look at it. It looks beautiful. It has a lot of pick speed, so we made our goals, so we're very happy with it.
Yep. Okay. Hope you found the video interesting. This is how WorldCamp used our frame pick solution in order to optimize their process and speed up their order picking performance within their warehouse. So hope that now it is clear how you can achieve the same thing within your warehouse or distribution center. As you can see, there are a lot of things that you can benefit from implementing the frame pick solution, and these are to save space up to 80%, reduce travel times within your warehouse or distribution center, increase picking accuracy by up to 99.9%, achieve higher throughput, reduce the order of your pickers, and most importantly, accelerate higher performance. So yes, that was our webinar, everyone, and hope you enjoyed it. But now let's go to the questions part. I can see here that there are some questions here. So George, are you ready?
Yes.
So first question, can we store different dimensions of boxes inside the vertical buffer module?
Thanks, Avi, for this question. As we spoke during our webinar, our vertical buffer module handles our VBM boxes. And the VBM boxes are specifically customized to be stored and retrieved, or basically handled inside the vertical buffer module. As we said, the VBM boxes have 2 standard sizes, either 400 millimeters in width by 600 millimeters in depth, or 440 millimeters in width by 640 millimeters in depth. The height is flexible. Now, as long as our customers' boxes are smaller than the dimensions that we defined, they can store them inside the VBM box, and the vertical buffer module can handle the VBM box by itself. For example, if our customer has boxes of 200 millimeters in width by 600 millimeters in depth, they can put 2 of these cartons inside 1 VBM box. So as long as the boxes are less in dimensions, there is no problem with that.
Great. I hope that answers the question. So second question, and really interesting one. What's the maximum number of orders that can be handled in the frame pick solution?
Okay, Avi, this question is interesting because we get a lot of these questions from our customers, or this question specifically, whenever we start talking about the frame pick solution to our customers. I would say that there are no limitations when it comes to the number of orders processed or the number of orders that the frame pick solution can process, because it all depends on our customers' requirements. As I said during the webinar, that we size the frame pick solution and the put frames based on a certain requirement that we receive from our customer and based on certain data. such as the order profile, SKU profile, number of orders done per day or per shift, etc. Based on all of these, we are able to size a frame pick solution in order to handle a certain amount of orders in a certain period of time. So it all depends on the requirements. It is never a standard. And I would say again that the limitations, that there are no limitations in terms of number of orders that the system can do.
Yeah, great. Thank you, George, for answering these questions. There are a bit more, a couple of questions here, but we're running out of time. So don't worry, everyone. We will answer all the questions and send them to you after this webinar ends, along with this recording. So yes, hope you enjoyed our session. And if you have any questions or any queries, you can freely contact us. Me, my name is Evie again, and George, my colleague. Feel free to contact us on LinkedIn. We are open to any chats that you might want to have with us. And yes, again, thank you for your participation, George.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.